Animal products have become a thing of the past for vegans around the world. Instead, they are eating a diet consisting of only plant-based products. These foods are now more readily available than in the past, making veganism possible.
Well, there's alternatives to everything, even down to the milk you put in your coffee, especially with the different varieties that there are out there. So, for example, I really love oat milk, but if you're not a big fan of that, you can go try almond milk, soy milk, rice milk, coconut milk. There's hundreds of different brands, different varieties out there, and the list goes down the line for pretty much any alternative you can think of.
Others choose to be vegan for different reasons.
So actually, a teacher of mine in high school showed our class a documentary called Cowspiracy, and it just demonstrated the effects that the animal agriculture business has on the environment and also on just the welfare of animals and how they're treated. And so after watching that documentary along with a couple others, it really changed my perspective on the food that I ate and the impacts that it has to every single person on this planet.
With plenty of plant-based alternatives available, a vegan lifestyle is achievable. Some people say they prefer it. For Bobcat Update, I'm Jason Hong. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, many students have adapted to an online environment. Some approach the task in unique ways. Texas State student Gina Loyola says using a calendar and having a clean workspace have helped her stay organized this semester.
So this year, the way that I've been staying organized is with a calendar. I've been putting all of my due dates on there and setting a bunch of goals. I've also been keeping a very clean space since clutter does tend to make me not organized.
While this works for Loyola, other students have different methods to stay organized.
Like a routine where every single day I just go into this habit where I read my notes, I read what I did in class that day, and I read my homework, and I do that homework. And that way, having a routine, it sets it up so you just automatically do it every single day. You don't have to even think or worry about not getting it done.
To help stay organized this semester for online learning, it is recommended that you use a calendar or planner to keep track of important upcoming due dates. A calendar can serve as a visual reminder to not fall behind in class and help designate a certain time of the day to do schoolwork. For Bobcat Update, I'm Jason Hong. Having a dog around makes for good company, but it also comes with a responsibility. This means facing challenges such as keeping up with expenses and taking care of certain traits the dog may have. Suhei Jimenez says she has faced some challenges while taking care of her adopted dog, Odin.
So some challenges that came with adopting Odin was that he likes to dig. We do live in a rental, so taking care of our lawn is a little bit harder than it should be. And he has 3 legs, so our medical bills can get pretty high sometimes.
Other dog owners can relate.
A challenge I have taking care of Willie is he goes to the trash at times, but I've been training him to get better about it.
When you adopt a dog, it's important to keep some things in mind. Taking care of one can get very expensive, especially when dealing with his health issues. Newly adopted dogs may have inherited traits that were not anticipated. For Bobcat Update, I'm Jason Hong. At the retail store Petco, many shoppers have bought freshwater aquariums and stocked up on fish. Establishing a home aquarium can be a fun hobby.
A tip I can give new aquarium owners is do not overstock your tank. And I also recommend to only have 1 fish per 5 gallons of water that you have.
Some hobbyists choose something else.
I chose a saltwater tank mainly because I do like corals, and also it's a little bit more difficult to take care of a saltwater tank, so I do like a challenge. Unlike my freshwater, it's actually not doing as good as my saltwater tank, and I do like the variety of fishes and the corals and everything to do with the saltwater tank.
When starting a home aquarium, it's important to include bacteria in water that go well with the fish or plants you want to buy. Some species are better than others at surviving harsh conditions. Aquatic specialists should be able to help when deciding which setup to buy. For Bobcat Update, I'm Jason Hong. At the retail store Lowe's, indoor plants have been the #1 choice lately. As the weather transitions into colder times, the focus of many gardeners has shifted to indoors.
A lot of people have been coming for protests this fall.
The pothos species is a favorite among shoppers, but other plants draw attention too.
Yeah, the other day I went to Lowe's and I saw this fiddle leaf fig in the garden section. I wasn't planning on buying it, but I loved it, so I had to have it.
When looking for plants this fall, it is important to be mindful of the weather. Some can tolerate the cold while others cannot. Local gardeners should be able to offer advice when deciding which plants to buy. For Bobcat Update, I'm Jason Hong.